be allowed to walk around during the day, too. But then there was the bite of 87. It's amazing that the human body can live without the frontal lobe.
The very first phone call of FNAF 1 mentions the bite of 87, the most famous event in Five Nights at Freddy's. 5 years earlier, an animatronic bit off the frontal lobe of someone's brain during business hours, and the victim remains alive to this day. The bite must have happened at the new and improved Freddy's of FNAF 2, the only restaurant open in winter 1987, which allowed its robots to move during the day. But who was bitten? Who did it? And why? You're not going to like the answers, because the bite of 87 victim
was you.
I'm Blackfoot Ferret, and these are my theoretical shorts. Phone Guy's narrative reveals many background details of FNAF 2. How we, Jeremy Fitzgerald, are the second night guard to work at this location after the first guard complained about being attacked at night by animatronics. The Save Them minigame reveals that this first guard was William Afton, the purple guy, and that a massacre with 6 victims occurred during the week right before ours. Phone Guy tells us that William was moved to the day shift and was always on watch from opening till close. Yet William never tells Phone Guy about the Save Them massacre, assuring him that nothing is wrong. As the week progresses, massacre rumors give way to a full-blown police investigation, and Phone Guy informs us that the day shift is now available because William seems to have fled. On night 6, a horrified Phone Guy learns the truth about the Save Them massacre and that one of the golden animatronics was involved. Freddy's is now a police crime scene under full lockdown, with nobody allowed in or out. Phone Guy tells us that we're being moved to the day shift to cover one last birthday party on day 7. A phone call that must have been in real time, because on night 7, we've been replaced by Temp Fritz Smith, who was fired at the end of his night as FNAF 2 closes its doors for good. FNAF 2 closed because of the Save Them massacre, not the bite of 87. The newspaper with our overtime check says Freddy's was already planning to close by the end of night 6. In fact, we don't hear anything about the bite of 87 in FNAF 2, even though we're in 1987, and the new and improved Freddy's is the only restaurant open, and must be the site of the bite, which means at the time we start Jeremy's week, the bite hasn't happened yet. Phone Guy says the animatronics are friendly to children, wary to adults, and hostile towards the staff. The robots are possessed by the souls of child victims. They'd have no reason to harm other children, and every reason to seek revenge on the adults running the restaurant. The bite victim wasn't a child or a parent. There's no physical way children could even get into Freddy's after night 6, with the restaurant officially closed and surrounded by a police barricade. Letting toddlers trample the crime scene would ruin any chances of finding evidence. William Afton, the purple guy, is the only technician at Freddy's, and the only one capable of adjusting the animatronic settings to allow for a custom night. That's why Purple Guy is a viewpoint character in FNAF 1 and Night 7 of FNAF 2, when his alias Fritz Smith is again fired for the very same reasons his other alias Mike Schmidt was fired in FNAF 1, odor and tampering with the animatronics. I covered why Purple Guy is a robot in an earlier video, and his malfunctioning synthetic flesh disguise is causing the odor, and his zombie-like appearance. FNAF 3 and 4 don't have custom nights because we aren't playing William in those games. William survived until his spring trapping after FNAF 1 years later. He wasn't bitten in 1987. Phone Guy died in the FNAF 1 Night 4 phone call years after FNAF 2. He wasn't bitten either. Phone Guy gives us a very strange request on night 6. He tells us to oversee a birthday party in a restaurant that's been officially closed for the brutal murders of 6 people. He reminds us to wear our uniform, knowing that the animatronics are hostile towards the staff. He even tells us to stay as close to the robots as possible, and that when Freddy's reopens, he'll take the night shift himself. Phone Guy tells us he'll take the night shift because he knows we're not coming back. There's only one time slot the bite of 87 could have happened in. The day shift of night 7, the very last day FNAF 2 was operational. And there was only one person at that birthday party, decked out proudly as a guard, Jeremy Fitzgerald.
You.
FNAF 4 abstractly retells the bite story, where the crying child's older brother wearing the Foxy mask leads the other animatronic kids into tossing CC into Fredbear's mouth, setting him up to become the bite victim. The crying child had a reason to fear his own birthday party, celebrating the end of his old life and the beginning of his
new one.
His soul has had a birthday at Freddy's before. No matter how FNAF 2 ends, you end up becoming Freddy. Jeremy spends all of FNAF 2 pretending to be Freddy. The death screen shows Freddy peeking at you through your mask, a mere reflection of his own. Every night, Jeremy dreams of becoming the Freddy animatronic on the stage of FNAF 1. And the death minigames plug your electronic mind into an Atari-era computer, where someone keeps asking you to save him, save them, and help them, letter by letter on a speak and spell. The only way to avoid being turned into Freddy is to have your soul devoured by Shadow Bonnie, but that game-crashing black void is a far worse fate. FNAF 4 shows Fredbear perform the bite of 87. The trailers for FNAF 4 show it as well, with their hidden 87s and having the animatronics ask, was it me, or was it me? The answer was in FNAF 1 from the very beginning, as Yellow Bear says her famous catchphrase, it's me. Typing 1987 into the custom night of FNAF 1 triggers Yellow Bear's jump scare, another soul-devouring black screen attack just like Shadow Bonnie's in FNAF 2. I made the case in Shadow Freddy's in FNAF 1 that Shadow Freddy attacks us in FNAF 1 rather than Golden Freddy. Golden Freddy is always a boy named Michael, yet a girl giggles at us in FNAF 1. Only the shadows can actually kill, and Yellow Bear gives us the same soul-devoured black screen in FNAF 1 that Shadow Bonnie delivers in FNAF 2. Both Shadow Freddy and Golden Freddy died in the Fredbear suit, both becoming look-alike Golden Bear ghosts. But Shadow Freddy was first, and she's the one that truly controls Fredbear. The Freddy mask we're wearing in the dreams of FNAF 2 isn't our own, but the purple mask of Shadow Freddy. Yet the secret game files show that our dreamer is a him instead of a her. We've been devoured by Shadow Freddy, but we are not her. But why was Jeremy singled out as the bite victim? And what does Phone Guy have to do with all this? That will be in part 2. I want to thank the Fun Day Poppet Show for playing my videos. MatPat may have inspired me to make theories, but you guys got me into making videos in the first place. That's my theory for today, folks. Tune in next time to ask Schrodinger's cat if I'm wearing pants.